Okay, Destiny, good morning. And today we are going to start a new lesson. And the name of the lesson is The Bond of Love, which was written by Kenneth Anderson. Okay, yes. So this lesson is it's a story of a friendship between human beings and wild animals. So we know that there will be friendship between human beings and the wild animals. You got it? Okay, yes. So, first of all, do you keep pets? So, pet animal the nyagiwe. Kirangi nyagiwe yang mena pinja amala pama sui nyagiwe. Do you keep pets? Pets nyagiwe barajna. What kind of pets do you keep? Changma the nyagi migri semje changma roa. So, what kind of animals do you keep as a pet? And how do you get it? What is its name? Susula pet yu warajina pet de kandistraso. Kiranal me warajin kya tokpo pinja pama suli yu warajina di pets de kandistraso. Ani pet de la kiran tsugi ming karitai. Okay? Yes. So I want you to write a short paragraph. I want you to write a short paragraph on this. What kind of pets do you keep? How did you get it? And what kind of name did you give it? Okay, yes. So this is a short assignment that you are going to do. Okay, write a short paragraph. Your paragraph may not be long. Okay, just short paragraph. Okay, now let us go back to our lesson. So can you identify this animal? You just look at the picture and can you identify what is the name of this animal? You have any idea? Okay, yes. So the name of the animal is sloth bear. Sloth bear. Okay, yes. This is the name of the animal. Okay, now, do you have sloth bear as a pet? I told you there are so many animals which you keep as a pet. But did you ever keep sloth bear as a pet? Okay, yes. Now, the story that we are going to do, the bond of love, this is a story of a friendship between human being and wild animal. And the wild animal that we are going to do today is the sloth bear. Okay, yes. So you just look at the picture, how the sloth bear looks like. Okay, yes. So let us go back to the story. Okay, now I have here 4 paragraphs from the story. I'm going to read this and try to explain the paragraphs, okay, and briefly, not in details, okay? Yes. So I'm going to read this. You can also read. You pause the video and you just give it a beautiful reading, okay? Yes. So let me start. I will begin with Bruno, my wife's pet sloth bear. I got him for her by accident. 2 years ago, we were passing through the sugarcane field near Mysore. People were driving away the wild pigs from their fields by shooting at them. Some were shot and some escaped. We thought that everything was over when suddenly a black sloth bear came out panting in the hot sun. Now I will not shoot a sloth bear wantonly, but unfortunately for the poor beast, one of my companions did not feel that way about it and promptly shot the bear on the spot. As we watched the fallen animals, we were surprised to see that the black fur on its back moved and left the prostrate body. Then we saw it was a baby bear that had been riding on its mother's back when the sudden shot had killed her. The little creature ran around its prostrate parent, making a pitiful noise. I ran up to it to attempt a capture. It scooted into the sugar field. Following it with my companions, I was at the last able to grab it by the scruff of its neck while it snapped and tried to scratch me with its long hooked claws. Okay, yes. So you see, the author where said that he would begin with Bruno. Now, who was this Bruno? Who was this Bruno? Yes, yes, the Bruno was the author's wife's pet sloth bear. Okay, yes. So that is the author's wife pet animal. What was the name of that animal? Sloth bear. And what name did they give? They gave him the name Bruno. You got it? Okay, now let us see how did they get this sloth bear. Okay, now the author was telling us how they got the sloth bear. Okay, yes. So where did they get the sloth bear? You have any idea? Yes, they got that sloth bear in Mysore. So Mysore is in South India. Okay, yes. So they got that sloth bear by accident. Okay, yes, by accident. So how? Because people were shooting the wild pigs away because these wild pigs were destroying the crops. And in South India, most of the people were farmers. They grow crops in the field. And these wild pigs, they come to the fields and they destroy all the crops. Okay, yes. So because of that, people used to drive away these people, the farmers, they used to drive away these wild pigs from the field. How? By shooting at them. Okay, yes. They used to shoot the wild pigs because these wild pigs destroy their crops. Okay, yes. So, because of this, some animals were shot dead and some animals escaped. You got it? Okay, yes. And then suddenly there was a black spot. Okay, yes, the author found one black sloth bear. Okay, they thought that all the animals had run away, but suddenly the author saw black sloth bear. Okay, and that bear was coming out panting. Panting means when you run very fast, okay, you breathe very fast. Okay, yes, panting. The dogs they used to pant, okay, and it was very hot, and that black sloth bear was painting, okay, because it was hot and it was running away from the guns. Okay, yes. Okay, then the author felt very sad. Okay, and he had decided not to shoot, not to kill animals wantonly. Wantonly. Okay, so wantonly means without any good reason. If there is a good reason, then you kill the animal. If you kill animal without any good reason, then that is bad. So the author decided that he would not kill animal wantonly. But unfortunately, the poor beast, okay, yes, one of his companion did not feel the way about it. He had decided, the author decided not to kill, but his companion had not, what should I say, decided. Okay, so what did he do? He promptly, without wasting much time, one of the author's companion shot the bear on the spot. Okay, at that very moment, that black sloth bear was killed on the spot. You got it? Okay, yes. So as they watched the fallen animal, they were surprised. Okay, why were they surprised? They were surprised because the black sloth had a small baby. Okay, she was carrying a baby and the baby was left alone. Okay, the mother was laying prostrate on the ground. Okay, yes. So prostrate means lie on the ground. You know, in the morning, what do? We prostrate to the altar, isn't it? Prostrate, you lie down, isn't it? So the baby bear was lying on the what should I say? The mother bear, the sloth bear. What happened to her mother? What happened to the sloth bear? The sloth bear was killed. Okay, and the baby bear was all alone and the baby bear was making a pitiful noise. She knew that her mother was shot and her mother was not moving. Okay, so that baby bear was making a pitiful noise. So that was the thing. Did you understand? Okay, yes. So that black spot bear was not alone. She was carrying a baby on her back. Okay, yes. So the baby was orphan now. The more baby did not have her mother because her mother was killed by the author's companion. Okay, yes, because they did not feel pity. Okay, yes. I. Now, who is this I? I is the narrator. Okay, I is the author. The author was telling us this story, this particular incident. Okay, yes. So you see the narration. This is a first person narration. The narrator was involved in the event. Okay, yes. So I ran up to attempt to capture it, it stood it away. Capture. Okay, yes. So the author decided to capture that small baby because the baby was all alone. So he decided to capture that small baby, but that small baby scooted. Scooted means ran away into the sugar field. So we are talking about what is sugar cane field. Okay, yes, there are so many fields: rice field, wheat field, sugar cane field. Now here we are talking about the sugar cane field. Okay, yes. So the baby bear ran into the sugar field. Okay, sugar cane field, and then the author followed along with his companion. Okay, yes. Finally they were able to grab it. They were able to catch. Okay, yes, from the scruff of its neck means from the neck. Although the baby bear tried to move and the baby bear tried to scratch me. Who is this me? The author. Why? What was the author doing? The author was trying to grab that small baby. Okay, which baby? The black sloth baby. Okay, and the baby tried to run, the baby tried to scratch with his long hooked claws. Okay, yes. So the baby tried to run away, the baby tried to escape because the author was trying to grab. Did you understand up to here? Yes. So the author was telling us how, which we see, they found that sloth bear. Okay. Yes, which was later, which we say, kept as a pet by the author's wife. You got it? Okay. Yes. So why were people killing the sloth bear? The people were killing the sloth bear because these sloth bear, they were destroying the fields. Which type of field are we talking about here? We are talking about the sugarcane field. Okay. Now, how do these people drive away the wild pigs? They drove those wild pigs by shooting at them. So many of these animals were shot, many of these animals escaped, and there was one mother sloth bear. She was killed, but baby sloth bear was there. So the author was able to, what should I say, grab. They were able to catch that sloth bear. Okay, baby. Okay, yes. So let us go further. Okay. Now, we put it in one of the gunny bags we had brought, and when I got back to Bangalore, I duly presented it to my wife. She was delighted. She at once put a colored ribbon around its neck, and after discovering the cup was a boy, she christened it to Bruno. Okay, yes. So you see, the author, after what should I say, catching that baby sloth bear, he just came back. Okay, where did he come? He came back to his place. What is the name of that place? Bangalore. Okay, you remember they found the baby in Mysore, and now, which is the author came back to his place, Bangalore. okay, and he put that small baby in a gunny bag, okay, yes. So this is a part of a, this is a kind of a bag we use when we go for grocery shopping like this, okay. So since that bear was small, they put her in a gunny bag, and the author presented it to his wife. You got it? Okay, yes, as a present, maybe. Okay, and she was very delighted. Okay, yes. So whenever we come across small animals, we used to love them. Okay, many people love small animals. Okay, and she was very delighted. And what did she do? She at once put a color ribbon around its neck. Okay, yes, small children, especially the moment they come across small animals, especially the puppy, they used to, what should I say, put what should a ribbon around its neck. Okay, and after discovering the cup means the baby, the animal. Okay, the baby was a boy. Okay, yes, baby was boy. The baby bear was boy. Okay, so she christened it Bruno. So she christened means she gave it a name. They must be a Christian, isn't it? So they gave the baby bear the name Bruno. Okay, now what is the name of that baby bear? Yes, the name of the baby bear was Bruno. Who gave this name? She gave. Who was she? The author's wife gave Bruno, which they say the name Bruno to that baby. You got it? Okay, yes. Now she must be keeping that, which is baby bear as her pet animal, isn't it? Okay, because she liked, because she was very delighted. Okay, yes. Bruno soon took to drinking milk from a bottle. Okay, now Bruno started drinking milk, okay, from the bottle because the Bruno was very small, okay, yes, and her mother was not there to feed milk, isn't it? And it was but a step further, and within a few days, he started eating and drinking everything else, and everything is the right word, for he ate. Okay, now in this paragraph, if you read this paragraph talk about all the things that Bruno ate. The writer says that everything is the right word here. So everything is the right word means what were uh, the things that Bruno ate? Bruno ate almost everything. If you look at this, there isn't anything that Bruno did not eat. Bruno ate everything. Okay? Yes. Condiments means spices. Okay? Yes. Small animals, if we put lots of spices, these animals don't eat because it's very spicy and hot. But as far as the Bruno is concerned, Bruno eats everything. Okay, yes, you see chocolate, sweets, tea, coffee, lime juice, everything. Okay, there isn't anything that Bruno does not eat. So it all went down with relish, means with great taste. Okay, Bruno used to eat everything. Did you understand? Okay, yes. So these paragraphs talk about all the things that Bruno ate. The bear became very attached to our two Alsatian dogs. Okay, so Alsatian dog means a type of a dog, okay, which is very tall. Okay, yes, Alsatian dog. So the bear came to the author's house, and he became a family member, isn't it? There were other animals. Which animal? There were two Alsatian dogs, okay, in the author's home, and now the bear became attached, became friends, okay, they became a family member to the Alsatian dog, and not only the Alsatian, to all the children of the tenants living in our Bangalore. Okay, there were so many small children in that locality in the Bangalore in which the author lives. Okay, yes. So the bear also make friend with the Alsatian. The bear also became attached to the children of the tenant living in the Bangalore. Okay, yes. He was left quite free in his younger days, right now the bear was very small, okay, and the bear was kept free, okay, the bear was free to move here and there and spend his time playing and running into the kitchen and going to sleep in our beds. Okay, why? Because the bear was very small, and the bear, when the bear was small, it will not hurt anybody, isn't it? Because they were children of the tenants, okay, people who were staying in the bungalow where the author was living, isn't it? They were small kids, but the bear right now was small, so he was free. Okay, yes, he can run and play in the kitchen, and sometimes the bear also goes to sleep in our beds. In our bed means the author's bed. You got it? Okay, yes. So, did you understand? Now the bear was very comfortable. The family takes care of the bear. The bear got everything, all the love, okay, not only from the animals and also from the children. And the bear was very happy. The bear was small, okay. He had already forgotten what happened to his mother. Okay, yes. So, did you understand up to here? Yes, I want you to look at some of the new words we come across here. Okay, yes. So you just try to get the meaning of these new words and try to use them in your own writing. Okay, yes. Okay, now in this part, we are going to talk about one particular incident that occurred, that happened to the bear. Okay, yes. Now, up till now, everything was going very smoothly. Okay, now there was one incident. Now, let us try to see what happened, what went wrong with Bruno one day. Okay, yes. One day, an accident befell him. Him means we are talking about Bruno. Okay? Yes, accident befell him means Bruno. What accident? What happened? I put down poison, so that is barium carbonate, to kill the rats and mice that had got into my library. Bruno entered the library as he often did, and he ate some of the poison. Paralysis set in to the extent that he could not stand on his feet. But he dragged himself on his thumbs to my wife, who called me. I guessed what had happened. Off I rushed in the car to the vet's residence. A case of poisoning. Tame bear, barium carbonate. What to do? Okay, yes. So one day an incident befell means an incident occurred. What incident? Okay, if you look at this, you will understand. Okay, yes. So there were so many rats and mice in the author's place. Okay, you see these rats and mice, they destroy, okay, the books like this. And there were so many rats and mice in the author's library. So in order to drive away, you remember the people, they drive away the wild pigs by shooting, isn't it? So the author, in order to drive away these rats and mice, what did he do? He used to keep one poison. And what is the name of that poison which kills the rats and mice? It's the barium carbonate. Okay, yes. So he put that poison in the library, and Bruno, we know that the Bruno is small and he used to go in each and every room. So he used to enter his library and he found the poison, and the Bruno, out of curiosity, he might have eaten that poison. You see? So, because of that poison, what happened? There was a paralysis. Okay, so paralysis is when you are not able to move your limbs. Okay, yes, there isn't anymore. So, because of that poison, what was the effect? Bruno became paralysis. He could not stand on his feet. You got it? So that was the effect of the poison. So what did he do? He dragged himself on his stump, means limbs, okay, to my wife, and the wife called the author. And then I guess what happened. And then we know what was the cause of that paralysis. It was because of the poison. And what was the name of that poison? It was barium carbonate. What is the use of that barium carbonate? The barium carbonate was used to kill the rats and mice, which used to destroy all the books in the library. Okay? Yes. And now there was a case of poisoning. So, what did the author do? The author, he just rushed to the vet's residence. So, vets means the doctor who looks after the animals. The animal doctor is called veterinary doctor. Okay, and it was a case of poisoning. Okay, and what was the name of that poison? Barium carbonate. Now, what to do? Okay, so where did the author take Bruno to? He took Bruno to vet's residence. Okay, yes. Out came his medical books, and a favorite quick reference to the index began. What poison did you say, sir? Barium carbonate. Ah, yes. Barium sol. Aha, barium carbonate. Symptoms, paralysis, treatment, injections of this. Just a minute, sir. I will bring my syringe and the medicine. I dashed back to the car, Bruno still floundering about on his stump, but clearly weakening rapidly, some vomiting, heavy breathing with a heavy flanks and gaping mouth. So you see, it was good that the author took Bruno to the vet's residence. Okay, so what did the doctor do? The doctor took out his medical book and he just start looking for the index. Okay, you know what do you mean by index? Okay, whenever we have any books or any reference, okay, medical books like this, we have got index. So index are the items which is presented in alphabetical order. So the doctor was checking, okay, what was the name of the poison you say? Barium. Okay, it starts with the barium. So it's here. And then he turned to the page where there was that barium salt. Okay, and then he looked for the symptom. What was the symptom? Paralysis. Okay, Bruno was having that symptom. Okay, so they were able to find the symptom and the symptom match. Okay, and then he started looking for the treatment. What was the treatment? And there was a injection of that particular, the name was not given. Okay, and so the doctor what you say went and he just started what you say giving the medicine, okay, which was in the what you say syringe. Okay, yes. And then which we say Bruno, which we see the author went to the car where the Bruno was still there, isn't it? Bruno, what was he doing? He was struggling to move. Okay, yes, he was vomiting. There was a heavy breathing. Okay, it was all the effect of the poison. Okay, yes. So thank God that the doctor found the treatment. Okay, yes. Hold him, everybody. In goes the hypodermic. Bruno squeals. Okay, now the doctor was injecting the medicine. What was the medicine? Hypodermic. Okay, yes. And the Bruno squealed, Bruno cries. Okay, yes. And 10 cc means it's the amount. Okay, yes. Whenever we take medicine, there are different measurement, isn't it? 10 cc of the antidotes enter his system without the drop being wasted. 10 minutes later, condition unchanged. Okay, even after putting 10 cc, there was no change. Okay, Bruno was still same. So what did the doctor do? The doctor injected another cc. Okay, 10 cc. So that means the doctor was increasing the dosage. Okay, yes. Now after giving another 10 cc, 10 minutes later, breathing less stertorous. Okay, noisy breathing. Bruno can move his arm. Now he was able to move because now after giving another 10 cc of that medicine, Bruno was recovering well. Okay, yes, he was doing good. Now he looked at us. disdainfully, without respect. Okay, disdainfully, surprised, without any respect, as if to say, "What's a barium carbonate to a black bear like me?" Okay, although the bear cannot talk. Okay, but which by looking at the behavior of the bear, it seems to them, okay, the author and the doctor, that the bear was asking what was the barium carbonate to a black bear like me. Okay, yes, and the Bruno was recovered and Bruno was still eating. Okay, yes. So that was the incident that happened to Bruno one day, isn't it? Did you understand the incident? What was the incident? He accidentally ate poison. And what was the name of that poison? It was barium carbonate, and the author used this to kill the rats and mice, okay, which destroy his library. Okay, now what happened to Bruno after eating that poison? There was a paralysis. Okay, and the paralysis was the which was the symptom of the which we say that poison. Okay, and then what did the doctor do? The doctor gave him injection, hypodermic. uh, First, he gave him 10 cc, and that was very light. There wasn't any effect. So, after that, the doctor gave another 10 cc, and that helped Bruno to recover. Okay, he was able to come out of his paralysis. Okay, that was the incident. Did you understand? Okay, yes. Now let us move further. Another time, okay, yes, now there was another incident. You remember the first one, poison, the second one, this one, let us see. Another time, he found nearly 1 gallon of oil, engine oil, which I had drained from the sum of Studebaker and was keeping as a weapon against the inroads of termites. He promptly drank the lot, but it had no ill effect whatever. Okay, yes, there was another incident. Now, this incident was much better, okay, because there wasn't any ill effect. Okay, yes. So, what was that incident? That incident was about the engine oil. Okay, yes. The author used to have uh, an old American car. Okay, Studebaker. So Studebaker is the name of an American old car. Okay, so he used to keep the engine oil. Okay, yes. What was the use of that engine oil? The author used to keep that engine oil in order to drive away the termites. You know the termites. Okay, these destroy the cupboards and tables. Okay, all this. So, in order to drive away these termites, which destroy over cupboards and wooden things, the author used to keep the engine oil. So what happened? One day, Bruno, he was small, he was very curious, he didn't know anything. He just, what should I say, uh, uh, drank that engine oil. But thank God, it didn't have any effect. Okay, yes, Bruno was all right. There wasn't any, what should I say, side effect of that engine oil. Okay, you remember the first one where Bruno ate poison. Okay, it made him paralyzed. Okay, but here after what should I say, drinking that engine oil, okay, there wasn't any effect. Okay, he was safe. Okay, yes. So you see the two incident. Okay, now these things used to happen. Okay, yes. Okay, let us move further. The months rolled on, and Bruno had grown many times the size he was when he came. He had equaled the Alsatians in height and had even outgrown them, but was just as sweet, just as mischievous, just as playful, and he was very fond of us all. Above all, he loved my wife, and she loved him too. She had changed his name from Bruno to Baba, a Hindustani word signifying small boy, and he could do few tricks too at the command. Okay, yes. So you see the months roll. Now Bruno was not that small Bruno. He was no more the baby. Okay, Bruno had become very big, and he had grown many times size. Okay, he was equal to the Alsatian. So Alsatian, I told you, Alsatian, it's a they are tall dogs, isn't it? So in fact, now the Bruno, which was baby when he first came to the author's house, now he had ungrown. They means outgrown means Bruno had become bigger than the Alsatian. Okay, and in spite of his tall stature, he was sweet and he was mischievous, he was playful, and his wife, the author's wife, loved Bruno a lot, and Bruno also loved her. Okay, yes. So you see the love between the animal and the human being. Okay, yes, the love was same like the love that we give to our family members. Okay, yes. Now, what did she do? Do you remember the name of that bear? The bear was called Bruno in the beginning. Okay, now the author's wife gave another name. What was the another name? Yes, it was Baba. So Baba means a Hindustani word, Indian word, which means small boy. Okay, so Baba means small boy. Okay, so she uh, changed his name from Bruno to Baba. Okay, yes. And now, whenever we have got small animals, especially the dogs and cats, what do? We used to teach them some lesson. We used to give command, and these animals they do whatever we command, isn't it? So likewise, Bruno also knows some command. What were these? Okay, so I want you to read these lines, and you will get some idea what are the things that Bruno could do. Okay, yes, at the command, for example, when the author's wife gave this kind of command, for example, Baba wrestle or Baba box. He vigorously tackled anyone who came forward for a rough and tumble. Give him a stick and say, Baba, hold the gun. Okay? And he pointed the stick at you. So these were the command. Okay? If you give the stick to the Baba and you just give this command. Which command? Baba, hold gun. Okay, yes. And then what would Baba do? Baba would point the stick at you as if he was holding a gun. Okay, not only that, ask him, Baba, where is baby? Okay, that is the command. Now, what would Baba do? And he immediately produced a cradle affectionately, a stump of a wood. He used to, which we say, hold one stump of a wood, which he had carefully concealed. Concealed means hidden in a straw bed. But because of the tenant's children, poor Bruno or Baba had to be kept chained most of the time. Okay, now these were the commands that Baba would do. Okay, yes. Now what were they? Baba, where's the baby? Okay, yes. Baba, hold the gun, all this thing. Now we know that Baba is, that Bruno, okay, that bear is no more small. He had become big. Okay, yes. So, because there were so many children in which is in the bungalow, the place where author was staying. Okay, yes. The Bruno or the Baba, he cannot move freely. Okay, yes. So that's why he had to be kept chained. Okay, most of the time. Why? Why was it important uh, for Bruno to be chained? Because he had become big, and he may also attack, he may also harm the children nearby, isn't it? So they had to chain Baba all the time. So Baba may not be having the freedom that he used to have when he was small. You got it? Okay, yes. So that was what should I say, the development of Baba. Okay, you know Baba, it's the new name. Okay, now from now we are going to call Baba. Okay, yes. So he had become big and he was also chained. He was not given the freedom that he used to enjoy when he was small. When he was small, he cannot harm anybody. But now he has become taller than the Alsatian dogs, isn't it? So if something happens, okay, he might attack the children, okay, and harm the children. So that's why he was chained explain most of the time. Okay, yes. Then my son and I advised my wife. Okay, yes. So the author had also a son. You got it? Okay. So the author and son advised my wife. What kind of advice? What advice did they give? Okay, yes. Friends and I advised her too. What was the advice? The advice was to give Baba to zoo. Okay, yes. So that was the advice. The author advised his wife to give Baba to zoo because the Baba is no longer a small. Okay, yes. Which zoo? Mysore Zoo. Okay. So what is a zoo? Zoo is a place where we keep animals. Okay, yes. Now, what was the reason why author advised his wife to give Baba to zoo? Because Baba was becoming too big. He was too big to keep at home. Okay, yes, he was too big. If he was small, it is okay to keep it home. But now Baba had become too big to keep it home. After some weeks of such advice, she at last consented. Okay, we know that his wife was totally in love with Bruno, and she won't be able to separate from Baba, isn't it? We know how much she loved. She could not stay away from Baba. We know, and the author also knows. But after what should I say, requesting her again and again. Finally, she somehow agreed. Consented means she agreed. What did she agree? She agreed to give Baba to zoo. Why? Because Baba had become very big. Okay, Baba may harm anyone. Okay, in future. Okay, yes. So. Since the wife agreed, okay, to give Baba to zoo without wasting much time, what did the author do? The author hastily, and before she could change her mind, okay, she may also change her mind. Before she could change her mind, a letter was written to the curator of the zoo. So you know curator? Curator is the person who looks after the zoo. Okay, yes. So the author wrote a letter to the curator of the zoo. Did he want a tame bear for his collection? So the curator used to have lots and lots of collection in the zoo. Okay, so the author asked the curator whether he was interested in keeping a tame bear, and what was the response he got? The response was yes. So the curator was interested in keeping a tame bear. He wanted to increase his collection. You got it? So, what did they decide to do? Now they decided to send Baba to zoo. They are not going to keep Baba at their home any longer. Why? Because Baba has become very big. You got it? Okay, yes. Now we know how his wife was feeling. Okay, nobody wants to stay away from someone, even if it is an animal with whom you had been staying for a long time. Okay, yes. But somehow the author and his son was able to convince his wife, okay, to send Baba to zoo. What do you say? What is your opinion? Do you think it was a right decision? Do you think it is a good advice from the author? What do you say? Is it good? Should she give Baba to zoo, or she should still keep Baba in her home? What do you say? Okay, if Baba is small, then it is okay. Baba may not harm anybody, especially there were so many people in the locality. But now Baba has become old, I mean, big and bigger than the Alsatian dog. And Baba is also a wild animal. Anything can happen, isn't it? So it is not good to keep wild animal, especially the big one, okay, in our home. So they should be either sent in the wild or in the zoo, okay, because these are the specific places for the animals to stay. Okay, yes. Now let us see what happens. Okay, yes. Now, before we move on to the next one, okay, I'm going to stop here with some questions. Okay, yes. What incident occurred to Bruno one day? Explain the event. You remember? Yes, there were two incidents. Okay, now I want you to try to explain the first event. You remember? Okay, yes. So the incident where Bruno came in contact with the poison. Okay, so I want you to explain the event. Okay, very short. Okay, yes. The second one, did another incident occur? You remember another? What was that? Okay, you have to write this. Okay, yes. And the third one, what were some of the things Baba could do? Okay, there were so many things. Okay, the moment you give command, Baba would do that thing. Okay, so what were some of the things Baba could do? Okay, yes. Why did they want to give Baba to Maisuzu? Okay, yes. Is it a good decision? So I've already asked this question. Okay, why did they decide to give Baba to Maisuzu? Okay, till now they have been keeping Baba in their own home. But now they decided to give Baba to Maisuzu. Why? Okay, is it a good decision? Yes or no? You have to write your answer. Okay. And last one, what were the new words you learned? Okay, what new words did you learn up to now? Okay, yes. Now these are the things that I want you to do. Okay, before we move on to the next part. Okay, next part means when they start, what should I say, sending Baba to my Suzu. Up to here, did you understand? Yes. So I want you to go through the story. You just pause the video, you just read this and try to see whether you understand all this thing or not. Okay. So in the beginning, I've given you one more assignment. Assignment was to write a paragraph about your pet animal. Okay. What name did you get? How did you get that pet? Okay. What was the name of that pet animal? And in this these questions. I want you to do this. Okay, yes, you write it in your notebook or you can set it in Google Classroom. Okay, yes. So we will meet you in the next lesson. Okay, yes. So I'm going to stop here.